kind of inspired by IHatchetJack's idea to have a friction fire Tuesday to kind of regularly practice our fire friction fire skills. What I'm going to do is I'm a little rusty. I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm going to kind of keep it simple today. I had made one or two videos using this pump drill concept here that I'd made before, just using some scrap wood and some paracord. And it's actually not too hard to make. I just used a wooden dowel that I picked up at Home Depot, one of the big box hardware stores or whatever, and actually actually did a really crummy job of improvising a couple of discs out of not sure what spare lumber that I had. And actually a buddy of mine helped me out with it and just put a couple screws in it to hold the two discs together, and then just kind of pigeon nailed the screw into the side to kind of course it's loosened up a little bit, but it still works. And then used just a piece of a PVC pipe to actually create a chuck, I guess. And this is actually a piece of pine, and the fireboard that I'm using is also a piece of pine. And I had actually used this particular piece. I just this past weekend gone to a Florida gathering where a bunch of other bushcrafters from bushcraftusa.com had all met together, and this pump drill was a hit because a lot of folks that were kind of interested in friction fire making, kind of wanting to see how it works and try to find the easiest way possible to understand the concept and the dynamics of friction fire without really exhausting yourself trying to figure out how to do it with the bow drill. So this is like the next easiest thing to at least understand how dust forms and how it coalesces into a coal, and how you can blow coal or ember into a flame. And also got my tinder bundle, as I had mentioned actually on the forum. IHatchetJack had actually found a whole bunch of pine needles or whatnot that formed a nice bundle like this. So this is actually a bundle that had fallen from one of my palm trees in the front of my yard. This is I'm not sure if I have seen where it's remnants of a squirrel's nest, but there's always this nice fiber stuff that comes down somehow. And actually it's a pretty good sized bundle, so this could actually make for a pretty good tinder bundle. So let's see if I can get started here. I'm actually using a piece off of a palm tree to use as a coal catcher. Got this platform here, and let's see if we can get a coal going. I'm just going to use one of the existing holes just for time. Up. Get some dust going here. It was going too easy earlier. Alright, we got a coal. Zoom the camera in a little bit. Smell that pine. Oh, and I opted to make this video outside this time. I've got a whole bunch of other videos where I've actually done it inside my house, and I get more comments of people complaining that that's a bad idea. So here it is outside, and I often prefer doing it inside, at least as far as getting it on video. I don't do it all the time in the house, but it's one of the quietest places I have, aside from having neighborhood noise and air conditioner kicking on and all kinds of other wind and whatnot that interferes with at least trying to make a decent video. Alright. So I can show. Go ahead and throw it in the tinder bundle. I'd also had mentioned something about actually using this whole tinder bundle to blow it into flame, and it could be done, but because tinder bundles are somewhat hard to come by, you usually don't want to waste it. You only use kind of what you think you're going to need material wise, so that you have more for later, unless you really have a ton of this stuff where you can afford to waste it or use a whole bunch of it. Like I need to practice on the blowing into flame. Cool. Look at that. Well, anyway, I'm not going to drag the video on too much longer, so I'm actually going to leave this. You know, sometimes it's not always, you don't always get the perfect video. So I'm actually pretty confident I can blow that into flame. Obviously I didn't need to do it again, but this is hence why it's a good idea to practice regularly. So anyway, thanks for watching.